Good morning, class. I am Jaya A. Palomoria, and today I will be discussing to you the educational philosophies. There are many educational philosophies, but today we will only be talking about two philosophies. But before we proceed to our proper discussion, let me present to you our goals for today's discussion. So these are our learning objectives. So first is to explain inclusive education and describe idealism and realism. Compare idealism and realism, identifying differences and applying them to classroom situations. Lastly is to show respect for learner diversity by valuing different perspectives. So can you think why teachers might choose one approach over the other, especially when teaching students with different needs in an inclusive classroom? Yes, very good. Because some students learn better by doing things themselves. And some students also understand better when they think about ideas and concepts. But teachers can use the both approaches for them to help all students learn no matter their abilities. So now, let's discuss the first philosophy, which is the idealism. So idealism is a philosophy that focuses on ideas, values, and the development of mind. So according to idealist philosophers, reality is found in ideas rather than in physical world. In education, this means that learning focuses on thinking, reasoning, moral values, and character formation. So, idealism says that the most important thing in life is ideas and values, not physical objects. For idealists, what's real comes from the mind, like our thoughts, beliefs, and morals, rather than just what we see or touch. So what do you think is more important in idealism? Ideas or physical objects? Very good. Ideas are more important because idealism believes that true knowledge comes from the mind and thinking. So in an idealist classroom class, the teacher serves as a role model. Teaching strategies often include discussion, questioning, storytelling, reflection, and values clarification. Why? Because in education, learning is about thinking deeply, asking questions, and developing good character. Subjects such as literature, philosophy, and ethics are emphasized because they help learners think deeply and develop good character. So how does a teacher show idealism inside the classroom? Shane? Very good. The teacher encourages discussion, asks questions, and teaches values and good behavior. So this philosophy class values every learner's thoughts and ideas. So how does idealism support inclusive education? Anyone? Very good. It respects every learner's ideas and makes everyone feel important, even if they have different abilities. So one example of idealism is the teacher will give a moral dilemma to the students and then their opinion are all accepted. So here is one scenario. The teacher tells the class a short story. So here is the story. A student finds a wallet at the school grounds with money inside. The student is unsure whether to keep the money, give it to a friend, or turn it into the teacher. So the teacher will ask, what do you think the student should do and why? So at the end, each student is encouraged to share their opinion freely. And then, the teacher listens carefully, writes down different answers on the board and says, thank you for sharing. All of your ideas are important because they show different ways of thinking about honesty and responsibility. So at the end, the students learn that their opinions matter and that moral dilemmas can be understood from different perspectives. So do you have any questions about idealism, class? Since none, let's proceed to another philosophy. Are you ready? Now that you are ready, let's proceed to the second philosophy, which is the realism. So realism class is a philosophy that focuses on reality, facts, and the physical world. Realist philosophers believe that the knowledge comes from observing the world and experiencing real-life situations. So learning happens best through concrete experiences, experiments, and direct instruction. This means that realism says that the world around us, the things we can see, touch, and measure, is what is real. So we learn best by observing reality and experiencing it directly, not just by thinking about ideas. So what do you think realism focuses on? Ideas or real-life experiences? Very good. It focuses on real-life experiences and facts because realism strongly supports inclusive education. So why do you think so, class? Very good. Because it encourages the use of concrete materials and differentiated instruction. So what is differentiated instruction? Differentiated instruction class means adjusting teaching methods and materials to meet the diverse needs of learners. In the context of realism, it looks like this. So when it comes to concrete materials, using real objects, visuals, and experiments so that students with different abilities can grasp concepts. Another is to multiple pathways. So some students may learn better through direct experiments, while others may need step-by-step demonstrations. Another is to have practical examples. Example, relating lessons to everyday life, like teaching math through measuring ingredients in cooking. Another is flexible grouping, which means that allowing students to work in small groups where tasks are tailored to their skill levels. Another is the varied assessments. Instead of only written tests, students might show understanding through projects, experiments, or oral explanations. So why is realism helpful for learners with different needs? Very good, because concrete materials and visual helps learners understand lessons better. Example, instead of only reading about plants in a book, the teacher brings an actual plant to class. Why? So that the students observe its leaves, water it, and record how it grows. So in this way, they learn through real-life experience, which is exactly what realism values. Now, to let you understand better, let's compare the two philosophies. Now, to let you understand better, let's compare the two philosophies. So idealism emphasizes mind and truth, focuses on knowledge and truth, values abstract reasoning, character and morality, teacher as a mentor, and values creativity and critical thinking. While realism emphasizes practicality and usefulness, focuses on skills and abilities, values empirical observation, sciences and practical subjects, teacher as a facilitator, and values efficiency and productivity. Idealism emphasizes the mind, truth, and values. In an inclusive classroom, this means every learner's ideas and opinions are respected. The teacher acts as a mentor, guiding students to think critically, reflect on moral values, and develop good character. By encouraging creativity and abstract reasoning, idealism ensures that even learners with different abilities feel valued because their thoughts and perspectives are accepted as important contributions. While in realism, It emphasizes facts, practicality, and usefulness. So in an inclusive classroom, this means that teachers use hands-on activities, experiments, and real-life examples so that all learners can understand lessons in concrete ways. The teacher acts as a facilitator, adjusting instruction to meet diverse needs through differentiated strategies. So, realism values efficiency and productivity, making sure that learners gain practical skills and knowledge that they can apply in everyday life. So these two philosophies both matter in inclusive education because idealism ensures that learners feel respected and included through ideas and values, where realism ensures that learners with different abilities can access knowledge through concrete experiences. Do you have any questions about realism? Since none, can you give me one example of idealism and realism? Very good. So according to Fatima class, one example of idealism is during group discussions, the teacher encourages critical thinking and creativity by asking students to imagine solutions to social issues, ensuring all voices are heard regardless of background or ability. Now for the realism. Very good, Julian. So according to Julian class, one example of realism is when students go on a field trip to a local museum or community site. By experiencing history and culture directly, learners connect lessons to real life with differentiated tasks to match their abilities. So very good! You truly understand our lesson for today. Please remember, class, that by combining both philosophies, teachers can create learning environments that are respectful, meaningful, and accessible to all learners. Thank you for your participation and see you next meeting.